Yep, you can definitely hear the birds chirping. Spring is here. Look at all that lush green. Whoo, and there's a cold front coming through right now. There's a bite in the wind. But let's get to some fishing. Welcome back, fishing friends, to another adventure. We're up here on the big lake today, and spring is here. Gonna be throwing all kinds of my favorite lures, and hopefully we're gonna catch them. Got my usual setups, and you know, I'm excited to be able to see what's cooking in terms of these fish that have spawned. Some are spawning, some are getting ready to spawn, so I'm interested to see how this is all going to play out. Hey, thanks for hanging out with me today. My name's Alan. I'm usually making some kind of fishing video, and I've got the 6/8 mags with 12-pound braid to 12-pound fluoro sunline, and I got the jig rod with the same setup. Also have a Carolina rig. I brought that one this time, so with the little 6 cents pre-rigged Carolina setup. And then I've got the bait casters, the Svivlo Draken 1 with some braid on there, and I've got a spinner bait on it, so we're going to be throwing that around as well. All right, let's get to it. All right, guys, pardon the wind, but here it is, the Draken 1 by Svivlo. And man, I've got this hooked up with a Falcon 6/8 rod here, and I love throwing this. So I've had this reel since August, and it has been performing as expected, top notch at 7:3 to 1 gear ratio. Right now I've got it on I've got a little spinner bait on there from Black Fly. It's perfect spinner bait conditions, how the water's coming into the bank here. Spring is here, but we are in the middle of a cold front. You can see the lush green, but I did a review on this reel and I'm sticking to it. 2 thumbs up. This thing is just perfect. So if you've never got one of these, definitely pick one up and give it a shot. You won't be disappointed. It's the anti-backlash system, and I have fun throwing it. I can either do like just a basic roll cast like that, or I do like an over the head bomb cast. But this thing is super smooth. This one I've got braid on it, and I don't have any complaints about it. Man, this Black Fly spinning, that spinner bait, whew, thing is just epic. Look at that roll cast a country mile. So that's my take on the Svivlo. I'm fishing a tournament, online tournament. So I've been rotating the different rods and reels. So there's different ones I use, and this is one of them. But we got shad flickering. We've got all kinds of stuff going on. Hopefully we're gonna catch something. But anyway, just wanted to give you an update on this. The grips are fine, it's durable, super smooth, and 6/8, 6/9, 6/10 are my wheelhouse for rod links. And so this one works great on a 6/8 Falcon. Man, it is just epic. All right, guys, check this out. So I love the skirts on these. These are from Black Fly. Look at that. It's kind of like a copper Colorado blade, and I use a Berkeley power stinger for the trailer. So on this one, I didn't snip the tip of the power stinger off because it fits nicely, but a lot of times I'll snip that little point off. But with this setup here and how the water is flowing in, I can get a decent cast out. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's cold even though it's spring here, and hopefully we can get a bite. So like that one, I just bomb cast right over from the top of my head over. I could do a roll cast too and get it out there, but yeah, the cold front came through yesterday and then still rolling in. The water's down at least 1.5 feet since the last time I've been here. But we're supposed to get a whole week full of rain next week. So it's probably gonna come back up. There's some times where I can't come out to this spot because it'll flood. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just gotta keep working it along here. See if we can get something. I think with this setup, with this bait caster, my favorite way to cast is just the simple roll cast. It is so smooth, and something about this Draken 1, it's perfect for the little roll cast. The question is, are the fish gonna bite due to this weather change? So we're gonna keep walking along. I went all the way down that stretch of bank, came all the way, and we're gonna go down into this corner. You can kind of see where the water line was, where footprints and where look at all the pollen and the seeds are from the trees washed up along the bank. Looking for animal tracks, don't see any. All right, let's give her a few more casts and see what we can get out of this. Okay guys, so this Draken 1 can handle my big heavy bait to an ounce easily, and it'll also handle fluorocarbon really well. I like throwing fluoro on here. I never tried monofilament. Right now I've got the braid on there, but I've used 10-pound Sunline fluoro on there as well, and it's worked just fine. In this crazy wind, easy cast. Just running this spinnerbait through there. I thought I had a Titanic strike earlier, but I got hung up like on a log down there. Even though it's a spinnerbait, it like swam and got nose into it. I got it out obviously, but I was thinking, oh my, this is it. This is a huge fish. And this footing and this wind, sheesh. I've got like 2 hoodies on, a long sleeve shirt, and then my fishing bib. And it is pretty chilly. All right, let's get her out there. Look at that, perfect. I'm gonna let a little bit of line out, and I'm gonna walk down this way as that sits there. I'm still looking for animal tracks. So I look for animal tracks because I can make a little video for my students, you know. They're always curious if I see anything out here. I've seen beaver, coyote, crows, hawks, eagles, deer. I'm surprised the deer aren't cruising the bank. Possums, raccoons. So how I fish this is crank, 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 kill it, couple of pops, crank, 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 kill it, couple of pops. Because a lot of times on a follow, I have somebody come up and hit it. Now, color-wise, this looks like a little craw. And I like this color copper for it being cloudy. It works out really well. Look at that, straight into the wind. Perfect cast. So there you go, guys. That's my official update review for the Svivlo Draken 1 right here at the crack of dawn. The sun has just come up, and go pick one up if you're thinking about it. I'm gonna pick another one up this year. They're just so smooth. Fish it on your favorite rod. Go have some fun. There we go, once again, the Svivlo Draken 1. Alright guys, check out these coyote prints. Those are pretty cool, aren't they? All the way down into the brush. So I scoped out this section of backwater and it's just too low. Really low. But that's kind of cool to see. Tracks going back and forth. It's pretty neat. I was looking for spawning beds, but it's just too low. If I went out about 50 yards, probably all through here is where the spawning beds would be. Ah, well, we gave it a shot. All right, guys, we're at spot number 2. We're gonna fish along these rocks here, see if we can get something. Sun's finally come out, but the wind is still howling. All right, guys, we're hooked up right in here close on the modified Meps. Ooh, boy, he went after this big lure. This is one of my 5-inch Meps right here. Rigged, or 5-inch spark shads on the Meps. Modified Meps. Well, if we can get this out of here, let's go. Come on. There we go. All right, boy, he's not a bad fish. Check that out. Not a big one for the catch board, but I'm gonna let him go over here where it's deeper. Well, he hammered it right off those rocks. All right, buddy, for the release. There he goes. Man, I love this setup, guys. I've caught big bass on this. Sometimes I hesitate to show stuff like this on the channel because it's, you know what I mean? I don't want to give away any secrets. But yeah, he was lurking around there and bang. Where there's one, there's more. Just fishing it right off these rocks. Those rocks go out there about another 100 yards. And so I was just bringing it in and boom. I was looking for spawning beds, hadn't seen any. And he just hammered it when it came right over. Look how good that looks in the water. It's got a nice roll to it. And this color's like, it's not IU, it's like Hio. A couple weeks ago, I walked all the way around to get out to that point. There's a bunch of rock and stuff off of that. Didn't have any luck. Ooh, I felt like I had something there. So I'm throwing this on the spinning setup. I could throw it on the bait caster too. It's fun to fish. Like I was saying, I try not to get the smaller ones. You've seen me catch a bunch. I don't know, maybe I'm just paranoid. I don't think a lot of the pros and those type of guys, maybe serious, they don't, a lot of people don't like the inline spinners. I know that's kind of a, maybe they do and they just don't, we don't see them fish it, but a lot of them don't ever do it. I think they see A lot of people see this as like a beginner bait. I don't care if it's a beginner bait or not. If I was fishing in a little pond, a river, or a lake, I'd still throw it. Ooh, we had something jump out there. There's a lot of carp and gar in here too, and drum. Oh, we had something jump over there. This is a big setup, guys. I've got this rigged up on a... You can see that's a big, heavy, long cast number 4. And boy, that hook just sits perfectly right in there. Just barely text-pose it. All right, now where was that dude jumping? There we go. So you get out there, it starts getting down to 5, 6, 7, 8 feet deep, but just in here it's real shallow. Oh, we got popped, guys. Right there. Stay hooked, buddy. It could have been a bedfish. Oh, it's a little dude. Hey, he's still fun to catch, though. Oh, he's not too bad. Let's go, bank flip. I gotta watch my footing. Yeah, it's not a bad fish. There we go. Check out this guy. I'm gonna check his length real fast. All right, so this dude's 15.5. There he is, check him out. Not a bad fish. You ready, buddy? There you go. All right, so I've whacked 2 right off the end of those rocks there with this setup. Oh, this is on the Mags 6.8, the PFC edition, and I've got it rigged up with the Aglia long cast. Ooh, he took one of the eyes off. That's all right. I've got replacement eyes at home. I usually use like Mended or super glue. All right, not a bad catch right off the rocks here. Let's keep it going. All right, guys. Ooh, the wind caught that one. We're gonna have to reposition. So I'm still throwing or still using the Draken one. I'm at a new location. Where the gust of wind caught that. Whew. So I've got a Berkeley Flux gill on here. Yeah, guys, if you never fished with one of these, pick one up. They're so worth it. Fun to fish with, easy to cast. There we go. Just did like a little roll cast or fishing along the rocks here. I was looking for fishing lures. Sometimes with this, guys, this flux gill, I'll just cast it out there and just let it sit there. And then just twitch it, let that blade go. I'll come in and look at it, and then I'll start cranking. Check that out. Man, that's a great lure right there. Rigged up weedless. Holy cow. The wind, I cast straight for that trunk of the tree and it went to the left about 10 yards. Too much of a rainbow cast, I think. Ooh, I thought I had a little strike there. All right, guys, here we go. On the Svivlo Draken. Whoa, and he spit it. On the Svivlo Draken. Whoa, and he spit it. I'm counting it. He freaked out at the rocks. This is on the Beast Coast. Little Magnum. Oh, man. I said I had a good hook set, too. Dang it. I love this setup, guys. I've got a jig on here now. Man, he hammered the heck out of that. Ah, that's got to go on the the fails for 2026. Man, I had him hooked. Maybe I didn't get it in there deep enough. I don't know. That hook is sharp. Just right off the rocks here. Bang! I've got a Yum crotch hunk for the trailer. Check that out. Weed guard, see, I always get them just barely there, and I really lighten them up so they don't bother the fish. Oh man, he was a pretty good sized fish too. I wouldn't say a giant, but so what it is, I'm swimming this. I don't really on my jigs. I need to make a jig video sometime. I don't really kill it and just drag it. I swim them just over the rocks, just a little bit. I'll see if I can show you here, and then if you find like a little spot, you just set it in there. But see how I just kind of glided over the rocks, and then I'll just drop it in a little soft spot or a hard spot, and then I'll just leave it there. Oh man, I was further back up on this to try to get the right angle and walking along here, but it's all right. I'm still gonna count him. He was so close to being in. I know people are like, you can't count that. Sure I can. Look at that, just right over the rocks. You see that? You glide it right over, and it's just such a great way to catch fish. There's some times where I drag jigs. You know, it's more of an instinct and a feel thing to drag them. But I'll tell you this, when I do hit something down there, like if I pull it up over something, I let it fall and just kill it. And I get a lot of strike. That's how I got that strike down here. See there, I killed it. I felt something, pulled it over and just killed it. So Derek over at Beast Coast makes some great jigs. There's just tons of variations that they've got. So go check them out. Oh, see how cool that looks? All right, guys, I figured out why I keep hitting them here. There's a huge school of, I can't even tell you what they are. Up in Iowa, they look like a school of chubs. But we don't really have creek chubs here unless they're a whole bunch of shad. It's like a giant wad. And they come up and they're just real faint. I can see them. That's when I was dragging that Meps through there. I try to get closer and then they just go down and they disappear. Here, this is as close as I can get to them. I can see him right there now. I'm trying to run this jig through here. Sorry guys, I'll get back to it. I can see him just right in there, a giant ball of them. And so I pitched way out there and brought it through in case like the bass are watching them. But when I cast, they kind of disappear and go out. The bass probably love that because I'm pushing them towards them. Here they come in, they're creeping in again. I may have to try it just like a regular swim, like one of my shad colored swim jigs. Oh yeah, I can see them over there now. Dang, I wish you guys would be able to see them. Maybe they're like little carp, or maybe a little drum. It's gotta be little carp, because they don't look like shad. I'm gonna run on the other pole. I've got a swim jig rigged up in kind of a shad colored pattern. We'll run that through there, but man, I'm having so much fun throwing this. Ooh, did you guys see that? A shad came up and tried to whack that thing. It wasn't very big, it just came up and went whoo. That was pretty neat. There we go. Finally, we got one. That's a good one. I just did a test cast up here, guys. On the Svivlo. Check that out. Right there. I was doing a test cast over here, and from way up here, bang, I got him. This one's on the Beast Coast Little Magnum. I put some eyes on there, and it's on a Yum craw chunk right there. And there he is, right there. Not a bad fish. Let's get down here and get him in the water. I got my backpack on. All right, there he goes for the release. What is this? Somebody left a stringer here? And there's a carcass of a fish on it? Psh, are you kidding me? All right. We'll leave that right there. There it is, guys, on the Svivlo Draken 1. Now get out there and get your lures wet.